Welcome back to Show and Tell, the part of the show where I show you something really special to me. And today, what do we have inside of our house? Ooh, this is really special. These are the Checkers the Inventor books. Some books that I wrote when I was really little and younger, and some books that have been officially published and are now available in many libraries. Let's take them out and take a look at them. Ever since I was really young, I wanted to become a real author. A real author with my own published book. A real book that you can go to the library and check out. But of course, whenever you're younger, you might not have enough money to do it. You might need to be an adult to do some of the things you have to do to get a book published. It just seems so complicated when you're little. So the good thing is, you can start really simple, and that's what I did. I just started out with, a pencil and a paper, and I had some markers, and I started making my own stories. And of course, the library theme is Imagine Your Story. You could be imagining your story today. I told you on our last show that I like to imagine my own stories and write my own stories, and here is a story I wrote when I was younger. Now, this is actually about the Pink Panther, which is a cartoon I watched when I was younger, so I wanted to kind of base it on something I knew. But you could also come up with your own characters, You could write a story about somebody you do know, like Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, or you could come up with something totally different, totally new, whatever you want, and it's a great thing to do. You can use your imagination, come up with some adventure or story you want to tell, write the words, you can have your mom and dad help you write the words, and then you can draw your pictures however you want. Now, it took me a while. I spent a lot of years working on things like this. This is just one example, but eventually I got my chance to write a real story, which was in 6th grade. We had a class project where they were going to help make our own book that we could publish, and it was really awesome, really special. It was part of our project, and I wrote a story called The City of Zot, which was about 3 explorers who come across scary and ferocious giants, and it was a lot of fun coming up with my own story, like I said, using my imagination. And we did use markers to illustrate our books, and then we had our got to write text on the book and have a real book. It was pretty special. The only problem with this book was I couldn't go to a library to check it out or anything like that, but I could still have it at home with me and have my own book. And then I spent a lot of time working on creating characters, of course, creating things like Snoozer, one of my great inventions, my other stuff that I've been building out for years, coming up with ideas, and eventually I wanted to take all these ideas and bring it down into a real book. And that is when I was lucky enough to meet somebody named Rachel D'Annunzio, who is a published author. She's written over a dozen books with all sorts of different characters and storylines and many different things she's written about, and she's a great author. And I met with her, coming to her with my idea of what I wanted to do for my story. And she was nice enough to help me work through my story and also illustrate it, take my ideas and create characters that she would draw on paper and bring them to life. She had me as an illustration, she had Snoozer, and anything else that was in my head, she brought into a real book, and it came out last year. We published our first book, which is so special to me to have, there's me, there's Snoozer on it. This is called Checkers and Snoozer, Snoozer's Science Adventure. Now, this book's about Snoozer traveling to a science museum. So you've got all the cool things. You've got a map of Fuzzleland. You've got Snoozer traveling in a car, going to the museum, and having a little bit of trouble happen when Snoozer's got a sneezing problem. But this was so awesome to me to actually have a book that I could check out at a library. Now, we sent this to many different libraries that had it available where people could go to the library, take this book home with them, and I heard a lot of awesome feedback from different readers across the world, just like you guys, who checked this book out, read it, and let us know what they thought of it, and it was really awesome to me. And we've also moved on now. Dr. Dan, who you guys know, has helped us write another book, which is Snoozer Meets Dr. Dan, another Checkers and Snoozer adventure. Snoozer afraid to go to the doctor, but learning that going to the doctor is not so scary, especially when your doctor is as cool and fun as Dr. Dan is. So now we've got 2 Checkers and Snoozer books out. My dream has come true. I've written my own stories that are published works. And you could do something like that eventually too, but like I said, it should start really simple. It can start right from home with a marker, pencil, paper. Get together and start imagining your own stories. And we will see you next time with more stuff to show you here on Show and Tell.
And now it's time for
the Joke of the Week. So a librarian is in a movie theater and notices what looks like a bear sitting next to her. So the librarian says, "Are you a bear?" And the bear says, "Yes." And the librarian says, "What are you doing at the movies?" And the bear replied, well, I like the book. Thank you.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Knees together.
Knees together.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Feet back.
Feet back.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Feet back.
Feet back.
Tongue out.
Tongue out.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Feet back.
Feet back.
Tongue out.
Tongue out.
Turn around.
Turn around.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Feet back.
Feet back.
Tongue out.
Tongue out.
Turn around.
Turn around.
A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta, a tootie-ta, a tootie-ta-ta. A tootie-ta-ta.
Hi, boys and girls. The story I'm going to be reading you today is called Rhyming Dust Bunnies. The author is Jan Thomas. They're pretty funny looking. Hello. We are Ed, Ned, Ted, and Bob. We rhyme all the time. Now, rhyming words are words that all end the same, like Ed, Ned, and Ted. But Bob doesn't really rhyme. Hey, what rhymes with car? Far, jar, tar, look! No, Bob, look does not rhyme with car. What rhymes with bug? Rug, hug, mug. Look out! No, Bob, look out does not rhyme with bug. What rhymes with dog? Hog, log, fog. Look out! Here comes a big scary monster with a broom. Bob, no. Look out! Here comes a big scary monster with a broom. Does not rhyme with anything, really. Okay then, but call, Bob. Okay, so where were we? What rhymes with cat? Sat, pat, rat, vacuum cleaner. Float. Bob, what rhymes with how do we get out? Help? Well, that was a funny story. I hope you learned a little bit about rhyming, and I'll see you all next week on Storytime Theater.